Alright, what's up everybody? It's Mr. Rolldaddy here. Yes, this is a Mr. Rolldaddy's Hockey Football Analyst video, but I'm starting this week's episode in Costco before I break down the upcoming game. Because here, I'm holding some bacon. Why is this significant? Well, it's because this week, Iowa plays Minnesota for the Battle of the Floyd of Rosedale trophy. Now, every Sunday morning, I love cooking myself chocolate chip pancakes. It's just this tradition I have. Then I'll have a side of sausage or sometimes bacon. But for me to do bacon this week, there's one simple thing the Hawkeyes have to do. If they win that pig trophy that we get for beating Minnesota, I'm coming back here on Sunday and I'm going to get some bacon for breakfast. They have to win for me to do it though. So let's get the win. I hope I'm here again on Sunday buying some bacon. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. Let's go Hawks. Let's go win the game. So here we are. Week 8. Iowa versus Minnesota in the Floyd of Rosedale game for that pig trophy, of course. Okay. Again, all views are my own. So I like that win last week. What a win it was. I mean, Fox said it better. Nobody wins ugly better than us. I mean, that's totally right. But Minnesota always keeps this game close. So it's going to be a very close game here. So, offense. Quick passing. Again, this hasn't been the strongest over these past 2 weekends. So, I'm going to say the middle deep throws, that's where I've seen problems. So, try some quick throws because Minnesota runs a 4-3. There's less men in the middle of the back of the field, so find that space, get open quickly. Toss sweep. I do like LaShawn Williams running a toss sweep because this forces the big man to run around and possibly bring it into Minnesota's second or third level. He was a high school track star, and this is a good chance for him to keep driving those yards down the field. Don't let that D-line make the noise. Toss sweep. Now, short gains. Of course, we have a great punting unit, but when it's second or third down with 1 to 3 yards to go, on that very play is when Iowa has to focus on making the first down right then and there. Defense. All right. Man coverage. Minnesota's strength is their passing game. Athan Kalimakas, he's gotten better over time, but his receivers have plenty of experience as well. They're seniors or even a graduate transfer. And Minnesota's sent plenty of receivers to the pros in recent years that have given us some tough battles. So let's be ready for their passing game. Now, in order to take off their passing game, Iowa should apply consistent pressure. Because if Iowa keeps bringing that pressure, it can force Minnesota to run the ball a little more. Now, Bryce Williams and Sean Tyler, they're also very experienced, so be prepared for them whenever they do run. They remind me a little bit of Purdue, but one that maybe is a little bit of a lesser tier compared to Purdue on offense. But if you pressure them on the passing game, they'll be causing problems for Minnesota. Now, third defensive role key. Sink Minnesota's boat with our best asset, defense. If Iowa just plays the defense it does, and it has all year, that's enough to sink the boat Minnesota prides itself on. So, play the hard defense as usual, sink that boat. Now, special teams, again, I started this one last week. This week, field goals, because as crazy as this may or maybe not sound here, field goals could win or lose this entire game. Because 3 points here is big with how close Iowa-Minnesota games have been in recent years. So, be efficient, make all kicking attempts, and again, because Minnesota is a team that likes the big men up front, block those guys and don't allow them to block the kick. Now, Rolldaddy's big roll of the week is here. Again, it's a strategy, formation, trick play, or otherwise surprise tactic, which I would use if I was an Iowa coach to potentially catch the opponent off guard, and or give an unexpected advantage to the Hawkeyes. Again, each big roll is only allowed to be used once in a season. And again, I cannot use the same big roll of the week as I used for this opponent last year or a similar replacement opponent. Double bubble this week. Now, I referee high school football. There was a team that did this last weekend, and my high school did this 2-1 game that we got a touchdown out of it. So, double bubble. It's a backwards pass by the quarterback, and it just goes into the hands of a slot wide receiver. So, but then once it gets into that slot receiver's hands, the wide receiver throws the ball several yards forward, and it's usually one that has experience playing quarterback or throwing the ball. Now, I don't know how much Deontay Vines has thrown the ball, but I like him as our slot receiver being the guy to do this, to catch him off guard. Throw it to Reganiti. Maybe we can get a touchdown out of it. All right. I'm now in my suit and tie. Let's get going with this week's episode.